from my experience growing up in Jamaica, the dream was never to find a black woman and settle down with. It was always to find a lighter skinned woman.
Yeah, we call them.
That's the prize, the browning.
We call them browning.
That's the prize.
Yeah.
And you'd be surprised because a lot of us grew up where our moms are as black
as black as us. Yeah.
So that's a woman that we see in the household. That's a woman that raised us. But even she would tell you that, why don't you go find a nice brown girl?
Yeah.
To settle down, to give me some nice brown grandbabies.
Consequences
Not
again.
black grandbabies. So this entire culture that it just infects the mind to you feel inferior.
Thomas Sankara told us, I mean, we need to decolonize our mind in many aspects.
You know, colorism is big in Jamaica, guys. There's an artist called Spice. You all know her. She had a song about colorism. It's no joke. Guys, I literally grew up in Jamaica and hearing people tell their kids, anything black no good. When you're a light skin in Jamaica or in parts of the world, it's a pass, you know, because all they see on TV is that somebody who look like their slave master, and they worship these kind of people. That's why black people face racism everywhere we go in the world, because everybody want to look like the white men. Jamaican men in general love them browning, and I'm not talking the one that go for meat. I remember Buju Banton sing a song called Browning. That tune was big, and it got a lot of people upset, which definitely affected a lot of females' self-esteem. All shades of black is beautiful. Guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Drew Liams, and if you know anything about me, you'd have known that I spent 3 months in Nairobi, Kenya. Welcome, my people. No, guys, black is beautiful in any shade. I'm talking about the browning craze in Jamaica. And does that mentality exist in Africa? Today I'm talking about something deep and real, but also common, especially if you grew up in Jamaica like I did. I want to talk about the old browning craze. You know what I mean? That love obsession some Jamaican man have for light-skinned brown women. You know, the browning, you know. Yeah, it wasn't just a random thing. People didn't just wake up and say, yo, I want a browning overnight. You dig, guys? It's something that come from way back, you know, like way back from slavery. It's from history, guys. Slavery. From society, from the music. It's something that has been passed down from family members. I remember this was a big thing when I was growing up in Jamaica, right? But not lie, I still think it's going on today. It might not be as loud as it was there, but I still think it's a big deal in Jamaica. A lot of black Jamaican men in general, love them browning. And I'm not talking the one that go for meat. You see it? Let's talk up the thing then, for real quick. I remember Buju Banton sing a song called Browning, right? That tune was big. I love my car, I love my bike, I love my money and thing. But most of all, I love my browning. And it got a lot of people upset. It got a lot of people upset in Jamaica, especially darker skinned females. Because here we are, you know, here Jamaican females are one of their biggest icons, artists at the time. I'm singing about he loved the brown, the light-skinned woman, which definitely affected a lot of females' self-esteem at the time. And I'm sure it still does. Not the song itself, but the whole browning thing. Now, to Buju Banton's credit, he came out later with a song called Love Black Woman. I think that was the title. If I said something wrong, correct me, guys. You know, for balance out the song, for make the darker skinned ladies feel a little bit better. Honest, even though, you know, I think he himself was a victim of the mental slavery and the brainwash. I don't know if he really wanted to do, that song. I don't know if it was Dave Kelly who wrote that song for him. But Buju Black liked her. And I know Buju probably wouldn't just do that song off the top of his head, but you know what fame is? If something's gonna push you to the ladder, a lot of people just do it. I don't think personally I could ever do a song like that because it would be degrading my black woman. You dig what I'm saying? Not saying anything is wrong with brown-skinned women. Don't get it twisted. My mother is light-skinned. Most of my family is light-skinned. But yeah, guys, a lot of the artists, entertainers, and even normal people every day, they grew up, they are literally victims of, the system. Slavery, the brainwash, people don't really think for themselves. A society that teaches, we live in a society that teaches that light skin is the norm, or light skin is better, and it's better, it sell products better. You know what I'm saying? When you see a dark person, he's usually promoting certain dark drinks, certain strong drinks, but anything that, light and, pretty, you won't see black people being promoted by it. You know what I'm saying, guys? Yeah, black people promoting it. Guys, I literally grew up in Jamaica and hearing people tell their kids, oh, anything black no good, or you're black and ugly like cow, or you're black and ugly like this, or you're black and ugly like that. You know what I'm saying? And, if you constantly tell a child that, it's going to be programmed in their brain that something is wrong with the way they look, or something is wrong with their blackness, or it's a curse. Honestly, guys, a lot of these verbal abuse never seem to come from strangers. It's always the people around you, like family members. You dig? Because, as they say, only the people you know can hurt you, usually. And that's usually true. And these things used to come from like your aunties, your uncles, your cousins, people who say they love you, and people who look like you. It's crazy, guys. People who look like you. And I'm like, if you're an adult and you have common sense, why would you say something like that? Especially to a child. I know, you hear that when you're growing up young, it mash up your self-esteem, especially if you're a girl or you're a person who doesn't have a good background when it comes to your parents, if you didn't grow up in a strong household. Where that come from? It all lie back to slavery, guys. A man called Willie Lynch supposedly wrote this letter, and he was explaining to other slave masters, I think in Jamaica and Americas and in the Americas, how we control his slave. You turn the light-skinned slave against the dark-skinned slave, and the dark-skinned slave against the light-skinned slave, and the house slave against the field slave. Mental slavery, so at some point, was more effective than physical slavery, because if you can control people mentally, guys, you don't need to do much physically. So he explained how he controlled his slave by turning them against each other. The slave master planted these seeds in people's head, and we have a generation of family members who help to sow that seed and to water it, guys, and to make it a thing, Instead of abandoning stuff like that, they would pass it on to their kids. It's a cycle that I don't think we'll ever get rid of stuff like that. But if you look into countries like China, Vietnam, India, Pakistan, Nigeria, Jamaica, a lot of countries where people are not white, guys, a lot of people bleach their skin. Even in Vietnam, I heard people, they wouldn't dare to go in the sun, especially certain girls. They don't go into the sun. And they would say they don't want to get dark. You dig what I'm saying? Bleaching products are advertised in India, It's crazy, guys. They would put an famous person on a billboard and say this person bleached their skin. And that's the look. Because all they see on TV is that somebody who look like their slave master, and they worship these kind of people. That's why black people face racism everywhere we go in the world. Because everybody want to look like the white man, and nobody respect you for being black. You dig what I'm saying? Because, to them, black is not the standard. White is. But guys, black is beautiful. I would never change myself for anybody, Yeah, guys, so our ancestors helped to spread this nonsense and generation after generation, right down to where we're sitting right at the moment, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times, guys, you will see a Jamaican man and, he'll come to you and say, yo, I just meet a pretty brownin. You never hear him come to you and say, yo, I just meet a pretty blacknin. He will be hype about the brown girl, and even if she's average looking, he'll be hyped about her because she's brown, because now he's going to have some brown babies. But he's so hyped because, she might not be pretty, but because she's brown, he think that she's the You know what I'm saying, guys? It's not their fault, but, light-skinned ladies in Jamaica, they know, it give them advantage sometimes in the job, in the workplace, when it comes to men. You will find like a lot of bars in Jamaica, they will put a brown-skinned girl in the bar to attract men. Colorism is big in Jamaica, guys. There's an artist called Spice, you all know her. She had a song about colorism, it's no joke. When you're a light skin in Jamaica or some parts of the world, it's a pass, You know what I'm saying? And I'm not blaming anybody for being light skinned or for being brown, but I'm just saying what it is. I'm saying. And the Jamaican man will come to you and say, yo, I'm just meet this brown and she pretty like money. You dig? Not gonna say the black girl is pretty like money, but she brown and she pretty like money. I'm saying that's the mentality, guys. I know I'm not saying all Jamaican men is like that, but a lot of Jamaican men is like that as well. And it's sad, guys. You know, it's a sad world we live in. I'm not blaming, and as I said before, I'm not blaming any girl for being brown and beautiful or, you know, because as I said before, all shades of black is beautiful. I'm saying all shade of black is beautiful. If you go to Nigeria, you see a lot of light-skinned black people. And you think they're mixed with Europeans, but they're not. Because, you know, Africa have the most diverse genetics in the world, or the most, you know, the diverse people you could find in the world, guys. In Africa alone, you know, put the whole world together and it's not as diverse as Africa. So we are very diverse. You will find the tallest people in Africa, the shortest people, the fattest people. You know what I'm saying? Some of the whitest people in Africa. We have everybody in Africa. The black woman can give birth to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's how powerful the black woman is. This kind of mentality, it does create a real problem. People start bleaching their skin. Young girls, you know, they start low self-esteem. They start hating their dark skin. You know what I'm saying? Because of this kind of mentality of loving the brown, and then they know that men is going to look at them if they are more light-skinned. And, you know, sometimes you have some higglers in Jamaica, they will tell you, oh, I bleach because I'm in the sun all day and I'm dark and I'm black and I look ugly. And it's crazy, guys, to hear people speak about themselves in such degrading manner. I'm saying, and I'm not talking about something that somebody telling me. I'm talking about things that I've seen for myself, guys. I've, you know, throughout my life, I know many people who have bleached, guys. Bleach their skin until it's falling off. And you have many people that will definitely avoid the sun because, you know, they don't want to lose that, you know, their light-skinnedness or whatever, you know. So it happens a lot, guys. It happens. I've seen it myself personally. And me, I believe only way we could fix this problem, guys, is starting within the home, guys. The only way we can fix this problem is starting within the home. We start telling our little black girls and black boys that, you know, their skin color is beautiful, and then it goes to the school, and then it goes to the high school, and then it goes to the university and to the college, and we see people looking like us on the billboards, and not just a selected few, you know, who look like a European. You know what I'm saying? Because in Jamaica, guys, as a kid, I used to hear that in the bank in Jamaica, if you didn't have cream hair and light skin, you couldn't get a job. That's what I used to hear. I don't know how true it is, but that's what I heard. You know, so colorism do exist in my country. As black and proud as we are, yes, it does exist. And I know some Jamaicans that want to come for me because some of them hate the truth. I'm Jamaican, you know, more than a lot of you. And the truth is, I'm more Jamaican than a lot of people because I love my country and I'll speak the truth. A lot of you like to cover up things. You don't cover up the truth. If you don't raise the child the right way, they'll grow up to believe that their color is a curse, you know. That child will grow up insecure, and if society reinforces that every day, then you find a generation that's broken, guys. And that's why you see a lot of people have low self-esteem and they're loud and they're vulgar, and you might wonder why they're doing this, but they don't really love themselves because they think that the world doesn't love them. And this story, guys, this is a real fact. I was in London once, right? And I was with one of my friends. And he had a beef with another friend. And he started telling me that the guy was black, the other guy was very dark skinned. And he was trying to tell me that, oh, that's why nothing black no good. And I said to him, dude, don't say that, man. That's wrong. You know, you can't say stuff like that. That's not even real. Somebody's color doesn't really have anything to do with their behavior. It's a mentality, guy. And, you know, he was humble enough and he apologized and he said, no, you're saying the truth thing, bro. You know, I'm sorry, man. You know, he was humble and take correction. You know, we always have to correct people around us, guys, when we see them saying stupid things because, you know, if you're around somebody and they say racist, stupid things, even about your own people, guys, then you're encouraging the behavior, guys. You're promoting the behavior. If you stand up for nothing, you'll fall for anything. And you have to stand up for something. You can't promote this kind of behavior, whether it's from your family, your friend, your own kids. You know, you just have to stand up for something. You can't be an idiot or a yes man. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think if you're gonna be around anybody and you hear them say dumb shit like that, yeah, you have to fix it. And that's what I did, you know. And I don't care if after we're not friends or whatever, we're not talking. but I'm gonna fix it. Because, you know, that kind of thing divide us. It make us look down on each other. You know, make us look down on each other. Foreign beauty, what it tells us is like foreign beauty is the standard instead of loving our natural selves, guys. We are beautiful. You know, we are black. We are proud. You know, and I'm not saying, you know, this is gonna change overnight. I'm not saying every man who will love brown and, you know, is self-hate, you know, whatever. I'm just saying, you know, you have to question some people's biases and what they love, you know. You know what I'm saying? And teach the younger ones the right way so they can grow up and appreciate and love themselves. Black is beautiful in every shade. So guys, go in the comment section and tell me what you think. Have you ever experienced any form of racism? Have you ever experienced any colorism? Have you experienced anyone treating you better because you're light skinned? Have you experienced anybody treating you worse because you're black skinned or darker skin? Whether the person is white, black, Chinese, Japanese. Excuse me, I'd love to know your experience and your thoughts, you know what I mean? How have you been treated because of the way you look, especially from your own people? Let us know, guys. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'm out. Boop.